One.
Yes, this is the only take we've done all day. Alright, so the hero's journey is a format developed by Joseph Campbell in the late 1980s in his book The Hero with a Thousand Faces. And in this book, he goes into detail about how a lot of the stories we consume, a lot of the heroes follow the same general beats and path. So by understanding the hero's journey, we can get a better look at how a lot of the stories that we consume on a regular basis, be that in the form of books, movies, or TV shows, they're not all that different after all. So, what exactly does the hero's journey look like? The hero's journey is a big old circle that takes the hero or protagonist of a story from their known, ordinary world into the unknown or unordinary world. And so, to kind of let you guys get a better understanding of what that looks like, we're going to look at the Disney Pixar movie Finding Nemo. So, the first step is the call to adventure. In Marlin's case, he loses his son, and so he is called to action by going off into the ocean to go and find him. And then the next step is the hero receiving aid, often in the form of the supernatural. And in Marlin's case, he meets Dory, which may not seem all that supernatural until you understand that Dory's like the only fish in the entire ocean that knows how to read, so I'd call that pretty supernatural. But the third step is the Guardians of the Threshold. This threshold is what separates the known, ordinary world from the unknown and unordinary worlds. And in Marlin's case, he meets Bruce and all the other sharks, and after meeting them, things are never the same. He's facing anglerfish, he's facing jellyfish, and meeting sea turtles. Things are never the same. So, after passing this threshold, the hero undergoes different challenges, and they face temptations, and in Marlin's case, one of the biggest ones is when he and Dory are trapped in the belly of a whale. And Dory's like, okay, it's time for us to go to the back of the whale's throat now. He's gonna shoot us out, and we're gonna be in Sydney. And Marlin's like, heck no! He's going to eat us! But Dory's like, you have to trust me, this is gonna be fine. I know, me and the whale, we've been talking, we know what's gonna go down, it's gonna be fine. You gotta trust me. And Marlin eventually decides, okay, I'm gonna let go of the tongue, and I'm gonna go to the back of the throat, and things are gonna be fine. And lo and behold, things are fine. And Marlin and Dory are at P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. And they are one step closer to finding Nemo. It's like the name of the movie or something. And so, before the hero can be transformed and finally be this new person that they are meant to be, they go through a revelation. In Marlin's case, he sees his son, but he sees him in a sink, not moving. And, he only assumes the worst, of course. And he has this revelation of, I should have done things differently. Maybe if I hadn't been so controlling, things could have been different. And through this, he is transformed, and he becomes a new fish. And the final stages are atonement and the return, or the return with the gift, as it's sometimes called. And this is when the hero goes back to their ordinary world to finally vanquish their final foe, or face their final challenge. But now they have all these tools that they've gained from their previous adventures, that they can finally do it. And in Marlin's case, he and Nemo are reunited, and it's all great, but then their friend Dory gets caught in a fisher's net, and is about to be taken away with a bunch of other fish. But Nemo is like, you gotta trust me, you gotta let me go in there, because I know how to save everybody. And Marlin is like, okay, I'm gonna trust you, and it all works out in the end. And so, that's the hero's journey, pretty much. Hopefully that hasn't completely ruined movies for you, but rather given you a new insight into how the hero's journey kind of makes all of our stories just a little bit similar. Thank you. Also, I'm joined by Jeff and Dimitri.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright.